So today's problem is, how do we get a little more distance from our driver? How do we get a little more club head speed? Well, there's a new school way out there that everybody's talking about. And then there's the old school way that Hogan talked about. And I'm going to go into both. I'm going to show you what I do when I need a few extra yards. Not taking away from the video where I said swing easy until you're in here and then unleash it. That still holds true. But let me see if you can tell the difference between these two swings. Okay, this is swing number one. Not bad, right down the middle and very good distance. This swing number two. Again, not bad. Straight as an arrow and mashed. Okay, what was the difference? What did I do differently to get a little distance on that second swing? I'll tell you the answer when we come back. There's two ways that are out there right now for you to get more distance. The old school way I'm going to go into first. My swing is kind of too limited as a senior to get into the new school way, but we're going to cover it anyway. But if you remember back to the Hogan video, he just wanted you to start like this, then take it higher, then take it higher, right? Then take it higher, then go a little harder, then go a little harder, then go a little harder. What part of his body was triggering that club head speed? You know, was he using the legs more? Was he using the shoulders more? Was he using his hands more? What was he using to trigger that speed? Can you tell? And I just did it with those two shots. I used a completely different method of getting speed. The first swing, if you go back, I just tried to time it. And the second swing, there's a lot of timing involved as well. But instead of using what some people on the internet is saying, use your legs to drive and pull it through. No, see, I'm losing balance just giving you the example. What I did to get power on the second swing is basically just took my first swing, right, and just got it going faster. Now there's a catch, and this is what every beginner has to go through when you're learning to swing as a beginner or a person that doesn't golf too much. The biggest hang up you're going to face is getting the proper grip. And once you have the proper grip, which we've gone over, the biggest hang up is to swing that club without releasing the hands too early. Now, every person is going to find their individual release point, what's best for you. Some are going to want to release it earlier. Some are going to want to release it later, right? I was just listening to an Arnold Palmer video, and he said he was taught hit it low. He felt, and those that taught him felt, that if he hit piercing shots, the weather or the atmosphere couldn't affect his shots. That's why he hit it so low all the time. Okay, well, the greens have changed, courses have changed. When Nicklaus came along, obviously he thought, well, no, I want to get these hands firing early, so I hit it higher. Okay, but what triggers the power? Is it the legs? I mean, we all push off our right foot. If you're not pushing off your right foot, you're in trouble. And we're all getting weight back to that right foot in some degree, whether it's on the inside. Some people go on a little outside, not too many. Most people keep it on the inside. We keep our hips, we get a good pivot. But it's that Hogan, get that rhythm so we can release the hands through the ball. It's not about moving our shoulders first. It's not about moving our legs first, right? It's about moving our whole swing, right? So when you start and you get to the top, you don't go, oh, I got to go this. No, you don't do that. It's a swing. It's a swing. It's a swing. It's a swing. Now, you don't want your wrists to uncock too early. So you learn as you play and as the years go by to keep your wrists lightly gripped on the club so that when you make that move, the gravity, the pull from your body, everything moving, and the wrists stay back for as long as possible. Even if you're releasing them earlier, they still stay back. Because once the wrists get ahead of you, the club gets ahead of you, and now you don't have any impact, right? So as far as what to do with getting a little extra yardage, just make sure that you got it going in one piece. Don't concentrate on the legs. If you concentrate on the shoulders or the legs moving, you're going to pull yourself out of the shot. It's about timing, it's about rhythm. But timing and rhythm can be done with club head speed. Hogan proved that. That's what he did. Club head speed. His timing and rhythm, a la me, with club head speed. I swung as hard as I could with that one. I still did it with timing and rhythm. That's what you got to learn. Now, what kind of timing and rhythm? My timing and rhythm? Of course not. Your timing and rhythm. Find out what's best for you. I have my 9-iron and I have 3 balls. Now I'm going to hit these 3 shots and I'm going to hit them in concession. 1, 2, 3, right up the line. And I'm going to swing harder as I go. But you won't see too much difference in the swing or the timing because it's one piece move through the ball. That's why when you watch guys like Gene Littler or George Knudson or even Ben Hogan, even though he slashed at it, Sam Snead, Johnny Miller, they moved everything. Okay, now if you took the slow motion, you saw they had incredible leg drives and moves to the ball. Yeah. But for them, it was natural to do that, and that was their natural move. I don't have that kind of flexibility, but I'm going to show you 3 different speed swings here. And maybe you'll be able to tell, but I don't know. Let's try this. 3 different 9-irons. Okay? right? Easy, harder, hardest. Did it look all that different? Probably not. If the ball went different. Say as a golfer, you have exceptional wrists. Hogan had exceptional wrists. I mean, he could take his thumb and bend it back so it would touch the top of his arm. Imagine the flexibility he had in his hands. That's a gift from God. I don't have that. I have lousy wrists, but I make it work. So if you got a half 9-iron and you're just hitting this shot, right? One of these shots is going to go so-so. And one of these shots is going to go zooming by it. Now I did that through a total move. Basically the same swing. But you see, even though I'm only half swinging at it, I'm using my whole body. Not one thing, not my legs. I'm using my rhythm and I'm using my timing. I'm just doing my rhythm and timing as fast as I can. As in going back to that Hogan video and going, okay, 1, 2, 3. That's where the speed comes from. Now the new way that they're teaching to get a little extra distance, Phil Mickelson is doing it, Padraig Harrington is doing it, Justin Thomas and DeChambeau and a few others, Padraig Harrington, is they're coming down with the idea that they're going to take this left foot of their front foot and they're going to spin it. And they're going to be wide open. So they're spinning the hips so hard through impact, they're actually opening the foot. Justin Thomas is actually flying in the air, which I think that's part of his problem. The trouble with making a drastic move like that, even Phil Mickelson demonstrates in a video how he picked up so much speed through spinning the front foot out. It's amazing. But is he hitting the fairways with that? I don't know. Obviously, I'm jealous. Padraig Harrington is doing it, and he's finding great success. He's picking up a lot of yardage and doing it. The only problem I see with that is that you're pushing your swing so far out of its comfort zone of staying in. Remember, Gary Player used to keep the foot there and then just walk towards the hole? Those days are gone. But you can't dispute Gary Player's winning record, right? But that's what they're doing. They're spinning. They're doing the same thing I'm doing, but they're taking it so far, they're spinning off their feet. Scotty Scheffler is spinning open his foot, and the other foot's coming, following right behind. Now, he's 25 years old. Padraig Harrington is an older guy. I think he's in his 40s, or no, he must be in his 50s. He's doing okay with it. But you see, when Padraig Harrington gets ready to hit a shot, he goes, gets his body ready for it. And that's timing, right? It's hard timing, but it's timing. If you're older like me, I mean in your 60s, I would say keep a nice, consistent swing and don't worry so much about overkill, right? Just hit it. I mean, how many times have you gone to the range and you feel so loose and you're just creaming the ball and you hit the whole bucket of balls, you go, wow, finally, I got it. I know what I'm doing. And then the next time you go out, you can hardly swing because you've gone by your parameters of what a good swing is for you. And now you almost forget where are my checkpoints? What are my swing keys? Now, as far as swing keys go for me, I keep them very simple. Most of my swing keys have to do with my setup, with my finger, right thumb at the ball, my left foot open at 11 o'clock, my arms, you know the drill, tight to my chest. Those are my swing keys, right? And I try not to take the club back too quickly. But anyway, play with the Hogan method of just finding where your tempo is the best and how hard you could swing at a particular tempo, and use that as your Hercules swing. And see if you don't get a few extra yards doing that. And it would help if you kept your armpits in and got hooking the ball, because obviously hooks are going to travel farther than fades. So that's what I got for today. Thank you for joining me. Till next time, take care.